Today I'm showing you how you can integrate data coming from your Weavely form into Zapier to automate a whole bunch of workflows. So it's a two-step process. So the first part is that you'll need to create a personal token that's going to connect Weavely to Zapier. It's pretty easy. Just press the big blue create personal token button. You give it a name. So let's call it Zapier. Makes sense. Create that personal token, you can copy paste it, you'll need it later on, but don't worry, it's available here as well, so you don't need to store it anywhere else, you can just copy it here. So once you have your personal token created, just go ahead and load the form that you want to integrate into a Zapier sort of workflow. So we're just going to pick our example contact form, which we always use for most of the tutorials. So it's a simple contact form. Head on over into integrations and you'll see Zapier right here. Of course, you can also just start this workflow from within Zapier, but it sort of makes more sense to start from Weavely. It's going to be easier anyway. So click add, and then you'll see that there's a pre-created template, which basically sort of creates a trigger on form submission. So let's select that one. We're now in Zapier. I'm assuming this part you're familiar with. So the trigger event is a new form submission, which is the only event that is available for the moment. When you create your account, you can press sign in, and that's where your personal token is going to come in. So go ahead and copy paste your personal token here. And at that point, Weavely and Zapier are going to be connected and everything will be set up from a data perspective. So select our account once we're connected. I only have a single account. And we can go ahead and continue. So your team is automatically going to be set up if you take the route that I took. So starting from Weavely, the same with your form. So we can just go ahead and continue here. If you're starting from Zapier, you'll have a drop down here to select the form that you want to integrate into your workflow. And you can then test the trigger. This part is again, typical Zapier. So it's going to fetch a submission that we previously had so that we have some data to test with and to work with. So I'll continue with that. And then you can choose whatever of 1,000 of integrations that you have with Zapier, right? So let's say that we want to send a Slack message every time we get a form submission. So let's choose the send message action event. The Slack account has already been set up for me, so that's good. Let's select a user here. And then this is the last part that is sort of Weavely specific. So for the data that you want to use. So for example, in a message text, let's say that we want to use some of the submissions that we have from our form. You have that either by pressing the plus button here or by just pressing slash, and then you get all of the form elements that you have. So these are the questions that I ask in my form, and I can now reuse them in my Slack message. Or if you want to send an email, or if you want a Google Sheet integration, of course, you can all select the form field submissions here. Just press continue, and then of course we can just skip the test, publish, and that's it. So that's how you have your Weavely form on one end, then send that data to Zapier as a trigger, and then essentially connect it to whatever else tool that you want to use in your workflow.